Sometimes the greatest mistake isn't being wrong, it's refusing to listen when someone tries to protect you. This is a story about strength gained, wisdom ignored, and a single moment where pride spoke louder than survival. In a small town where work began before sunrise and ended only when bodies gave up, there lived a washerman whose reputation was built not on honesty, but on miserliness. His clothes were clean, his profits steady, and his conscience quiet. The foundation of his livelihood was a donkey, an aging, overworked animal whose days were spent hauling heavy bundles of wet clothes from one end of the town to the other. From dawn to dusk, the donkey walked with bent legs and lowered eyes, carrying burdens far heavier than he was ever meant to bear. The washerman believed effort deserved nothing in return. Food was seen as waste, rest as laziness. At night, after untying the ropes from the donkey's sore back, he offered no grain, no water, no shelter. He simply waved his hand and said, "Go, find something if you can." Weak and exhausted, the donkey wandered through dark streets and empty fields, searching for scraps. Hunger hollowed his body, loneliness hollowed his spirit. His ribs showed clearly beneath his dull coat, and his once strong legs trembled with every step. One quiet night, as the moon hung low and pale, the donkey reached the edge of the fields where silence felt heavier than hunger. There, emerging from the shadows, stood a jackal. The jackal observed him carefully, not with hunger or hostility, but with curiosity. After a long moment, he spoke gently. He asked why an animal meant for strength looked like he had been forgotten by the world. The donkey did not complain loudly. He did not exaggerate. He simply told the truth. He worked all day without rest. He searched for food at night and often found nothing. His master demanded everything and gave nothing back. The jackal listened without interruption. When the donkey finished, the jackal nodded slowly, as if confirming something he already knew. "There is a way out of this," the jackal said calmly. "Nearby, there is a vegetable garden, well protected during the day, careless at night. I have discovered a hidden path inside. Every night I eat well. Come with me and you will not sleep hungry again." Hope returned to the donkey like warmth after a long winter. That very night, he followed the jackal through narrow paths and quiet fields. Inside the garden, the donkey ate freely for the first time in months. Fresh vegetables filled his stomach and strength returned to his limbs. The food tasted like freedom. The night felt like mercy. From then on, their routine became steady. Each night they met under the same moon. Each night they entered the garden silently and left unseen. With every meal, the donkey grew stronger. His walk became confident. His coat shone again. Pain faded into memory. Hunger became a story of the past. But relief has a dangerous companion. Its name is pride. As weeks passed, the donkey began to forget where his strength came from. Gratitude quietly turned into arrogance. He no longer felt lucky, he felt deserving. The garden felt like his stage, not a risk. The silence that once protected him now felt unnecessary. The donkey began to believe that nothing bad could happen to him anymore. One night, after an especially heavy meal, the donkey felt something new rising inside him. Not hunger, not relief, celebration. He lifted his head toward the sky, swaying slowly, enjoying the sound of his own breathing. The jackal noticed immediately. His instincts tightened. He asked what the donkey was doing. The donkey smiled proudly and said he felt so good that the night deserved a song. The jackal's calm disappeared. He warned him sharply. This was not a place for sound. Guards slept nearby. One noise would bring disaster. Silence was the only reason they were still alive. But the donkey laughed, certain that confidence alone made him untouchable. He dismissed the warning as unnecessary fear. He said the jackal did not understand art, that wild creatures knew nothing of beauty or expression. He claimed his voice was special, worthy of attention, something meant to be heard rather than hidden. He insisted that music should never be silenced, especially when joy demanded release. In his mind, admiration was not a possibility, it was inevitable. The jackal tried again, softer this time, choosing care over confrontation. He explained that true wisdom lies in knowing when not to act, when restraint matters more than expression. He begged the donkey to save his voice for another time and another place where it would cost them everything. But ego is deaf by nature, and pride blocks understanding. The donkey heard insult where there was concern. He saw jealousy where there was experience. Anger rose quickly, fueled by the belief that greatness should never be questioned. The jackal realized then that reason had failed and words no longer mattered. He understood that no argument could reach someone who had already crowned himself right. So he chose survival over persuasion, knowing that wisdom sometimes means stepping away. He agreed with the donkey, hiding caution behind praise. He complimented his voice and confirmed his belief in his own brilliance. He told the donkey a performance like this deserved honor, not secrecy. He told him to wait 10 minutes before beginning, so the tribute would not be missed and respect could be properly shown. The donkey nodded eagerly, pleased that his greatness had finally been recognized. His chest swelled with pride, as patience felt like obedience from others, not restraint from himself. The moment the jackal vanished into the darkness, the donkey felt no need to wait. He closed his eyes, lifted his head high, and released a loud, careless bray that tore through the silence of the night. The sound carried far beyond the garden, echoing where secrecy once protected him. Lights flared instantly, shattering the calm. Shouts erupted from every direction as guards awoke in panic, grabbing heavy sticks and running toward the noise. The donkey tried to run, but pride is heavy and strength without caution is slow. Blow after blow fell, and the ground swallowed him as he collapsed, broken and bleeding. From a distance, hidden safely in the shadows, the jackal watched in silence. He did not smile, nor did he feel victorious. He simply turned away, whispering to himself that some lessons cannot be taught with words. They must be learned through consequences alone. Morning arrived without sympathy, revealing what the night had taken. The donkey lay near the garden's edge, alive but barely breathing. The memory of a warning ignored replayed louder than the pain itself. Hours later, the washerman found him and dragged the injured animal home, already calculating how much labor he could still extract. The jackal never returned, and the reason was simple. Not because he lacked loyalty, but because loyalty does not require self-destruction. Wisdom knows when to walk away. The donkey healed slowly over time. His strength returned again, but his pride did not follow. Thought replaced impulse. For the first time, he understood what the jackal truly offered, not food or opportunity, but foresight and protection. Wisdom, he realized, does not shout or demand attention. It whispers once and waits to see if you are listening. Ego demands applause. Wisdom demands restraint. The donkey chose noise and paid with pain. This story is not about animals alone. It is about people everywhere. It is about moments when someone warns us not to insult us, but to protect us from ourselves. Moments when being right feels more important than being safe. moments when talent tempts us to perform, even when silence would save us. True friends do not always agree with us or praise our impulses. They do not flatter our confidence or compete with our ego. They speak uncomfortable truths and risk being misunderstood. And too often, those voices are the first ones we silence. The donkey did not suffer because he was weak. He suffered because he refused to listen. Strength gave him confidence, pride gave him blindness, and wisdom arrived only after pain forced it in. Sometimes the smartest choice is not speaking at all. Sometimes restraint is the truest form of strength. Sometimes silence is intelligence